hearing this?
Anybody hear that?
How can we possibly have the slightest idea what to expect?
Well, we're back.
Hold on to your butts.
Welcome to the Jurassic Park podcast. I'm your host, Brad Jost, and we're here to discuss all things Jurassic, including the movies, TV shows, music, toys, and more. In episode 406, we have a bunch of thoughts and feelings from people around the community regarding the trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth. So I had asked everybody on social media, hey, go ahead, call our voicemail line. By the way, number is 732-825-7763. Give us a call. Let us know your thoughts and feelings, or you could have picked up your voice memo app and hit record there. Send them over to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. And hey, look, if you missed it, you can still do so. We're always accepting emails and voicemails, so please do so. I'm going to try to get back to doing more voicemail episodes and things like that. Maybe we can get the mailbag back on track or something like that. But yes, if anybody has any thoughts and feelings on the franchise as a whole, on the trailer, whatever your thoughts are, just let me know and I will play them on the show. But today, that's what we're doing here today. I wanted to get people's thoughts and feelings directly. There are a few emails that I had to read as well, but mostly you'll get to hear people's voices, people from around the community, and their concerns, their loves, their hopes, their dreams, everything for this movie. So I'm really, really excited to present everybody's thoughts there today. And of course, while you're listening to this episode, you can hit us up on Blue Sky to continue the conversation. And as always, please check out our live streams on YouTube discussing all of the latest Jurassic news from around the world, Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. EST. Also, please be sure to subscribe to my newsletter for all things Jurassic, movies, TV, my podcasts, and other thoughts and appearances. You can find the link to that over on JurassicParkPodcast.com/newsletter. But it is time. So let's go ahead and dive into the Jurassic World Rebirth mailbag today and hear some of those thoughts and feelings from people around the world.
I'm not a computer nerd. I prefer to be called a hacker.
Aren't you supposed to be a genius or something? I can't get Jurassic Park back online without Dennis Nedry.
Incorporating all the latest technologies.
We shouldn't be here. And there's 5 dinosaurs.
How many Sarahs do you think are on this island?
Hi, this is Andrew calling to give some thoughts and feedback on the new Jurassic World Rebirth trailer. I wanted to start by thanking the Jurassic Park podcast for putting this together and allowing the fans to give some insight on the new film. It really helps create a sense of community, and I appreciate that. First, I want to say that I think the trailer was good overall. Visually, it looks stunning. It was vibrant and colorful. It didn't look too oversaturated like some of the newer Jurassic World films. I felt like the trailer invoked a sense of mystery and adventure and wonder that I haven't really felt since The Lost World Jurassic Park 3. To echo what a lot of the community has been saying, it felt very King Kong, Skull Island. And in my opinion, that really isn't a bad thing. I mean, if it's entertaining and it's able to invoke that sense of adventure, bring it on. Overall, I think the characters felt very natural. Scarlett Johansson looked wonderful, as always, and I'm excited to see Zora Bennett and her team interact with each other and the animals around them. Speaking of the dinosaurs, I felt like the designs looked great. Gareth Edwards is excellent at creating a sense of scale, and we get that in Godzilla 2014, and I felt like we got a little bit of glimpse of it too with that Titanosaurus species in the long grass. That was excellent. I can't wait to see how he utilizes that in the rest of the film. I've always been a huge fan of the Rex, so to see a brand new Rex with a new color scheme was awesome. I mean, I guess it was very similar to the Buck or the Bull from the previous films, but I think that was great. I know it's been a bit of a controversy, but I really like the Spinosaurus design. I appreciate his attempt at accuracy and portraying the creature with the latest tools that science can provide. I think is awesome. I will say I do prefer the JP3 Spino face, though. In regards to the mutant, surprisingly, I actually liked it. I mean, it was different enough that it didn't feel like it was another Indominus or Scorpius Rex or something like that. It felt totally different. And actually, I think that might work. You know, it makes sense from a logical standpoint. Dinosaurs, hybrids, mutants, certainly there's going to be some failures, and those failures will turn out to be mutants. So I'm really interested to see how David Koepp and the rest of the team will be able to make this mutant make sense story-wise. While I really like the trailer, I did think it wasn't without its faults. I feel like it gave away a little too much. I mean, it showed the mutant, the big bad of the story. I hope they left some surprises in store for us in the end. And also, perhaps it was how the trailer was cut, but the dialogue felt a little choppy, a little wooden. There was some attempts at humor that didn't really land for me. I hope overall it's, much different. I think my biggest concern is the inclusion of this new island and mutant and how that might conflict with the rest of the continuity of the lore of JP. There's this fantastic meme going around online with Udesky from Jurassic Park 3, and he goes, wait, there's a third island with dinosaurs on it? I thought that was perfect. But anyway, regardless, I'm really excited to see the film, and I'm excited to hear about the updates from the Jurassic Park podcast and similar podcasts. So thank you for doing what you do, and thanks again for putting this together. Bye.
First of all, I am looking forward for the brand new Jurassic World Rebirth movie. Only thing is I'm looking forward to is that all new mysterious unanswered questions. And also, who are these brand new companies? And I'm curious about this brand new island, what's going to bring in this lore of the Jurassic series. My only hope is that I just want Jurassic World Rebirth to be successful, but also it's going to compete with the other movie franchises like James Gunn's Superman and also Fantastic Four that Jurassic World is going to compete with. First of all, it's going to be a big, first of all, July is going to be a super busy weekend when it comes to releasing movies. Also, my number one is that I want to see Jurassic World trying to evolve with the Michael Crichton's novel book. And also, they have to introducing the DX virus. That is my hope for this franchise. Anyway, you guys take care and have a good day.
Hey guys, I love the podcast. First of all, this is my first time sending in a voicemail. Sorry if I'm stuttering a lot. That's just how I talk sometimes. But I loved the trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth. I have been super optimistic about this film ever since we found out that Gareth Edwards was directing, and just seeing how it looks. The film looks gorgeous. The dinosaurs look great as well. I am loving the cast. I am very, very pleased with everything that we saw. The only thing that I'm a little mixed on is the mutant. I like the concept of it, but I'm not sure how I like how it looks. It looks just super alien to me, and I'm not sure how I feel about that in Jurassic Park. But besides that, I am very much looking forward to it, and can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about the film when it comes out. Thanks.
Hey, it's Yaroslav calling. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the new Rebirth trailer. First bit of footage that we got, and I will say I think it looks really great. It is really capturing that filmic language that I think has been sort of absent in the franchise since, I would say, maybe Lost World JB3. So, we have a new cinematographer, a new director. Obviously David Kev is back as the, writer. I just think everything looks really good, honestly, and the little bit of exposition that we get in the trailer too, I think is exciting. I see a lot of people are kind of questioning, why they're introducing another island and stuff like that, and is this retconning what Lost World did? But I just want everyone to remember that Lost World, they call that the Factory 4, Site B, and this one they're calling this the research island or research facility. So two different things. I think nothing is contradicted, and it's exciting. I hope more people are going to be noticing this movie's coming out, and we'll hopefully get a great movie come July. So very exciting. Everything looks great. Everything sounds great. Characters look great. Very excited. Those are my thoughts. So catch you guys later.
All right, I got an email here from Uzair, and it says, "Hi, Brad and the team at the Jurassic Park podcast. I wanted to share my Jurassic World Rebirth trailer thoughts with you from the beginning. First, I love the characters, especially Scarlett Johansson's, Jonathan Bailey's, and Mahershala Ali's characters. When I see the Titanosaurus, it reminds me of this other artist who took hybrids from Jurassic World, the game, and made them realistic. The Cats is nice, although I do see a ton of people saying the design from Dominion was better. I personally really enjoy this design because we have to remember that Biosyn's were pure. The one we see in Rebirth could be InGen's design. The tiger-striped Tyrannosaurus is also lovely. I call her Kate and reminds me of Trespasser, one of my all-time favorite games. The Dilophosaurus is a cool one too. I hope to see an adult Dilo one day in Rebirth. As for the raptors, I like the one with the two heads, reminiscent of the tiger raptors from The Lost World, and I would like for them to bring back the designs from the first trilogy of movies, or even a different tribes like in Trespasser. The Spino is pretty cool, but I would like them to fix the neck. The Mosasaurus looks great with the counter shading present. It also shows that they do take into consideration real-life adaptations. Now for the big ones. The mutant, or D-Rex, is great. A lot of people don't remember that this wasn't an accident, that it was supposed to look like that. Gareth Edwards looks like he's taking inspiration from his Mudos from Godzilla. A thing I headcanon about the island is that there's a separate research island in case anything on Sorna went wrong, and when it did, the island stayed aloft for a couple of years before shutting down. The humor, on the other hand, I think they could have toned it down a little. The plot is nice, the visuals are good, and overall, I can't wait to go watch this in theaters with my family and friends. Sorry for burdening you with this massive email, but thanks for reading my thoughts on Rebirth. Sincerely, Uzair."
Hey Brad, how's it going? It's James from Jurassic Unicast. How's it going, everybody? Wow, what a trailer. The music, the cinematography, the lines of dialogue, all superb. I loved all of it. I'm still on the fence with the whole mutant situation. I think that's going to be the case for a lot of people, just because it's not something that we were expecting or asking for. It's growing on me though. I think the scenes that it's in are going to be excellently done. It's going to be very, very intense, and it's going to feel like something out of like Alien or something like that. So it's going to be a great sort of thing to watch. I just think it's just a strange thing to be put into a Jurassic movie, which I think is going to be quite hard for a lot of fans to sort of get their head around. But I've got a few theories. First one is that red mist scene where the monster is kind of like smaller, that possibly could be an opening scene or a flashback, set the tone of the film, because it's anything logically that would make sense for me. That's why it's smaller, and then later on we see it again and it's a lot bigger. Could it be further back in time? And I've got a video on our channel about all of my theories on these. The second thing is the Spinosaurus. I was really, really excited about the Spinosaurus coming back, and this isn't quite what I wanted. However, I'm willing to give it a chance. It's not necessarily even the design of the new Spino either, to be honest. So don't think I'm dissing the design of the new Spino. It's more of the fact that it won't link to the Jurassic Park 3 Spino, because these creatures are meant to be the more dangerous version, more dangerous to be released into the park. Now, I can't see what about these new Spinosaurus is more dangerous than the Jurassic Park 3 one. That Jurassic Park 3 Spino was a crazy thing. So, yeah, that bit kind of don't logically make sense to me. That's something for you guys to discuss and think about. The other thing I want to talk about is the beginning of the trailer when you see the Rexy skeleton. Now, I think I actually posted that idea to Tom. I'm not sure whether he might have had that idea already. I actually do think that was Rexy. If it isn't, then great. I understand that. It also is a little bit of a shot in the dark. You know, you can stain bones with like that fossil colouring to make it look like a display. It'd just be poetic. Like, I get it why people would actually assume and think that, because of basically the way that the skeleton's erected. You've got the banner across the top. It's very poetic and a good nod back to the original Jurassic Park and how Rexy sort of is. Like, I mean, it's an extra 5 years in the timeline. Should be like 40 or something like crazy like that. So the animal would probably be dead by now, and it would make sense for them to do that with her display skeleton, especially if most of these other animals could be from the original parks as well. We don't know. We haven't got no context of this museum and where it is. But if you look also closer, it is actually packing away. That banner is coming down. Those animals are being, like, disassembled and taken away. So are people just not looking and going to visit dinosaurs anymore? The dinosaurs are in our world. They're sick of them. Are they just packing them away? That people just aren't going to museums to look at the dead animals when you've got live ones walking around. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's another thing to talk about and think about. I'm going to finish off this because I am going on a fair bit, and I know there's probably a few more people that wants to talk. The other thing that I'm excited about is just how beautiful this film looks. It's so good. Like, the cinematography, the colour palette is just perfect, and it just makes me want, like, it reminds me of like the same effect that James Cameron's Avatar has. Like, it's just so bright and colourful and immersive. I have a feeling this film is going to be very immersive. I can imagine this on a massive big screen in the IMAX, just sucking you in, and that's amazing. That's what you want to go to a Jurassic Park film for. Do you know what I mean? So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. The cast, I already like the cast. I think it's going to be great. Do you know what? I said I'm going to finish off, but I found another theory that I want to talk about is the Martin Krebs character. He's going to be dark. I think he's going to have an Eli Mills effect. He's going to come in all happy, get the team together, but he's got an ulterior motive. He's going to that island because he wants something to do with this mutant creature. He wants that dark, sinister side of this, and he knows there's something there, I'm telling you. And we're going to have a change of character. He's going to turn into the villain towards the end of the film, and I think he's going to be one that we're not going to like, and we're going to be quite happy for him to die along the way. And it reminds me of that Jurassic Park thing at Universal Studios. You know, the what's it called? The Horror Night thing. Anyway, sorry guys, that's 5 minutes of your time I'm taking. I hope you like this, all these theories. See you later.
Hey Brad, Chris from Canada here, just giving you my input on the Rebirth trailer. Ultimately, I think the trailer was well edited. I just don't think it was appropriate for the movie itself based on what we've heard about it, and even just the footage. It seems to be edited like a typical Universal Pictures trailer, like the last Jurassic World movies were, Fast and Furious, that kind of thing. They seem to use the same trailer house, so I didn't think it fit the footage very well. Plus, they're not using score from the actual movie, which may or may not be John Williams, so it just kind of had that whatever trailer house music to it. It felt like they crammed every quip in the movie into a 2.5 minute runtime, and I feel like the jokes will be less MCU vibe than they seemed in the trailer. As far as the actual movie goes, it looks great. The cinematography is a massive improvement, at least over Jurassic World and Dominion. Even though I like Fallen Kingdom cinematography, this is a big step above that. There's a real sense of scale. Edwards comes from a CGI background, visual effects supervision, so even that shot of the Titanosaurs, like the scale of that was really impressive. So I look forward to that. That's something that was missing in the last 3 movies. And it does seem to have some sort of like tonal marriage between Jurassic Park and the Lost World, and even like especially JP3 for some reason, which Kep has brought up a couple times in the press junket for this so far. So like, I don't know. And that and like Jurassic World, it feels like it's a mix between like old and new. But I really didn't appreciate the tone of the Jurassic World series, so I'm hoping that the actual movie is a little bit distanced from that kind of thing, and that we're back to real science and like a grounded. It's still an adventure tone, but not like a Marvel Cinematic Universe kind of four quadrant type thing. Like I want it to appeal to everybody, but I don't want it to lose its identity as Jurassic Park, which is the whole point of this rebirth initiative, to kind of start over and like respect the IP again. I know that you love Dominion and the Jurassic World movies, and I don't hate them except for maybe Dominion, but I don't want us to go down that route again. So ScarJo looks awesome. Jonathan Bailey, Rupert Friend, Mahershala especially. Like the cast is much more suited to the material this time, just based on like the line deliveries in the trailer, even the jokes. The Mutant I'm excited for, even though everyone's up in arms about it. I think there'll be some sort of subversion where the mutant is revealed to be kind of like a misunderstood Frankenstein's monster kind of thing, and maybe it like saves them from a bunch of Spinos at that dock in the finale or whatever. I don't think it'll be the big bad guy like the Indominus or the Indoraptor or the Scorpius. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It does look good. I'm just hoping that future trailers try to represent the movie a little bit better, and that we don't get necessarily the movie this trailer try to make it out to look like. And I hope that we get a composer announcement soon, because it really is starting to feel like John Williams is our guy. So yeah, awesome. Love the show. Love that last episode you did with Tom. That was great. So yeah, love the podcast. Keep it up. Bye.
Hello there, Muzamil here, giving my thoughts on the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer. Going in, I was a little concerned that the visuals may not hold because of the rushed production, but I think the Vanity Fair article and the trailer itself kind of proved me wrong. Some of the visuals, the cinematography, really impressed me, and they bring a unique flavor to the Jurassic franchise, which I was really impressed with. The Titanosaurs, the cats, all that, it just blew me away. Even the T-Rex, I think from what we have seen visually from previous installments, I think this is like the best looking one so far. I feel like they nailed down some of the key aspects of like what made some of the earlier Jurassic Park entries like stand out in terms of the T-Rex CGI, so I feel like this was the strongest. And besides that, from a story standpoint, I know it's a bit divisive, especially around the mutant, but I think this is very much a Crichton-like story, and Kep, having worked very closely with Crichton, I think he really brought that flavor out. The mutant makes sense in that regard, because like none of this would have been perfect from the get-go, and as to why the mutant is out right now, that'll be an interesting thing to see. And I agree, like, why do the facilities look sort of new and clean? Are they more flashbacks, or is there something sinister cooking? Like, I'm thinking maybe Krebs could be could have been involved in, keeping this facility running somehow. It could be a thing, who knows? And then one random thought that occurred to me was when they're talking about the raptor, and we found out that there is a two-headed raptor in stasis. Could that be unleashed? Who knows? We shall see. So I think it's going to be a fun time. It looks like a fun ride. Everyone looks good. Enjoying the wit and humor in it all, and the action. It looks like it's going to be a fun ride, and I can't wait. Thanks.
And I'm going to read another email here from a fellow Jurassic dude, and it says, "Hey there, guys. I'm a fellow Jurassic fan who can't find the time to send a memo. Forgive me. I'm currently listening to the latest episode. I have more than a few thoughts on the new Rebirth stuff. Number 1, very excited for the new Spino and Mosasaurus. I feel the same way you dudes did a while back about the new Spinosaurus design. They know what we want, but they are not giving it to us. Number 2, I am loving the alien, Rancor, Godzilla, Gorilla, T-Rex design, and I hope we get more than that for the new dinosaur. Number 3, I am very glad about the hope/fact that they aren't dragging poor Rexy, Blue, and Owen into the equation. Maybe a Maisie Lockwood reference in the abandoned lab building. Remember how bad Rexy was in Jurassic Park? Well, she's around 40 in a new addition to the franchise. Feel old yet? Same thing with Blue. She was awesome in Jurassic World. Now she's just another beloved dinosaur by 3-year-olds. My cousin, who's never seen a Jurassic movie, such a disgrace to my religion, came in my room, looked at my Blue Funko Pop on the shelf, and screamed, "Blue!" Number 4. This is rambling on, but you guys should check out the new Jurassic World Rebirth Legos and toys that will be coming out this year. Well, hope to hear from you next time, a fellow Jurassic dude.
Hi, Jurassic Park Podcast. This is Johnny, and oh my god, how exciting was that trailer? I thought I'd send in my thoughts, so there's just so much to unpack, so I'm just gonna jump right in. The new dinosaur designs actually look really cool. Titanosaurus and the new Spinosaurus look great. Titanosaurus is the one I was like, oh, that's really cool. Spinosaurus is, I feel like I have to see more of them before I actually have a real opinion. Of course, it's great to see the T-Rex and the Dilophosaurus. Dilophosaurus seems to still have the Dominion design, which I would have preferred a classic Jurassic Park design, and then same with the T-Rex. T-Rex actually, well, not same with the T-Rex. The T-Rex actually looks more like the classic, like, Jurassic Park design, which I think is really, really great. And I think there's a 2-headed raptor in the trailer. It's really, really weird, and it's also really cool. I'm loving all the new cast so far. Like, one of my favorite moments of the trailer is when, I think his name is Martin Krebs, is talking to Henry Loomis, and he's like, do we have to get the sample from the egg or whatever? And then Henry's like, he just says this retort back so quickly, like, well, I mean, you can try and do that, blah, 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 and it's just like totally just shuts him down, which I thought was really funny. You can kind of tell that, especially with that line, at least in my opinion, it really reminded me of David Koepp's writing in the first 2 movies. I'm really excited to see Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali, see what they bring to the table. They're both great actors, so I'm very interested to see what they bring to Jurassic. And okay, what is going on with that weird hybrid mutant dinosaur thing? I guess we'll have to wait and see for that, but I love that this is an island movie. I love the island movies. I think they're so fun. I like Dominion too, but just I think my opinion on that movie is slowly gone down. I mean, I still like it, but anyway, this is not about Dominion. This is about Rebirth. One other thing that stood out to me personally was the music. The music in the trailer just didn't. It had more life to it than a regular movie trailer. Like, didn't have, like, it had the Jurassic Park themes, like, but they were subtle, which I thought was very interesting. And then just the song, I found it on Apple Music, and it doesn't have some of the trailer has like a motif. I noticed it's like the Jurassic Park theme, like the da or whatever, but it's like not the whole thing. It adds to it. I just thought that was really interesting. I don't know, it just had trailer music. It stood out. You know, I'm a music guy, so that really stood out to me when I was watching the trailer for the first time. But yeah, this is kind of random, but I really hope that the raptor designs in the movie are the Lost World raptor design, the Lost World and Jurassic Park raptor designs. Just because I really like the orange tiger stripe raptor, and seeing those guys running around in a jungle, I think would be really, really cool. I also really hope that the island they go to is Site C. I think it's called Isla Muerta in the games, or whatever, extended lore and stuff. I just really hope that that's the island that they go to. But yeah, that's kind of all I had. The trailer looks great. Super pumped for July 2nd now. I'm sure most of us are, or at least I hope most of us are. But yeah, thanks for listening to this. I don't know if people still say this, but stay safe, stay Jurassic. Bye. Thank you.
So much about the new trailer just had me really, really jazzed. I love the color palette. You know, the cast looks great. The CGI looks so much like better than the Jurassic World series, and I didn't want to like hate on that, but even as the movies were coming out, the animation just had so much weightlessness to it, and the compositing was kind of weak sometimes. There were some really, really good shots in the trilogy, but I mean, this new trailer just, I mean, both the artistic execution and the polish on it, and some of the choices, the way the skin and scales is kind of more reminiscent of I'm blanking on it, but the Disney Plus dinosaur documentary that's been airing, you know, where those dinosaurs just look incredible, especially compared to the Jurassic World trilogy that I was used to. So seeing these new creatures kind of rivaling that, and you know, showing some of the more realistic skin, it just looks great. I mean, it's a real challenge to, you know, we won't know for a while, you know, especially Scarlett Johansson's Zora Bennett's quote, like, this was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park. It's not like we see her say that, you know, so I'm wondering how in line that is, but at the same time, I'm not expecting, you know, a whole lot of diversion with the trailer either, so I don't want to, you know, work myself up. We'll see how much my brain will let me allow them to kind of retcon and ignore without me sort of rejecting it, whether I want to or not, you know, so, but it looks, you know, scary and tense, and Gareth Edwards has shown the ability to really play up suspense and tension, and I think that those elements are perfect for Jurassic. I want to sit and think about what is going to come out from around the corner or from out of the trees for a while before I see it. I want that build up. So I am very enthusiastic. It challenges your brain a little bit with the, you know, with the retconning, or how does this make sense in the world, but Jurassic World really jumped the shark a long time ago. So we'll just I don't know, I'm excited, and the runway is so clear. You know, Marvel's been kind of in a rut for a bit, and Star Wars hasn't had any major motion pictures. So looking at the landscape of like, you know, franchises this year, this is like the perfect scenario for Jurassic Park to come back. That's what we saw, you know, when Jurassic World came out. It blew us all away how big of a hit it was, and it's like, well, I guess people forget how popular dinosaurs are, and how much everyone loved Jurassic Park, and Marvel was still kicking, and Star Wars was still kicking at like a real high quality pace, but that movie was different. It was tropical, and dinosaurs, and the characters, and everything. It was just a different, you know, breath of different air, even at those times. And when I'm looking at everything going on in the movie landscape right now, I think this year is very primed for Jurassic World to be absolutely the biggest hit of the year. I truly think it's going to pull that off.
Hey Brad, hey everyone, this is Connor from Dino DNA with my thoughts for the new Rebirth trailer. So overall, I'm really excited for how this film is looking so far. Everything we've been hearing from like the articles and all the interviews is super exciting, and this trailer really got me hyped. Visually, it looks really stunning. In terms of like how good these films have looked, especially Fallen Kingdom, this is definitely taking it even to a bigger level than that, which is really exciting. One of my favorite parts, new dinosaur and animal designs look really cool and interesting. There's a couple where I feel like maybe the Dominion ones were better, but that's just my opinion. But especially the new Mosasaurus and the new sauropod look really, really cool. Excited to see those in action. And of course, the new T-Rex. Only like subtle updates, but everything just makes it look a bit more primal while still being like the buck or something that we recognize. So I guess I'm really excited to see how this one ties into the other films, like lore-wise, because overall it feels like the Jurassic Park 4 that was meant to come back in the 2000s. I thought the dialogue and the characters look really cool. The characters all seem like people I wanna watch on screen, and also want to watch them get eaten at various times. Looking forward to more of that naturalistic dialogue from Kep as well from the film, hopefully. It's giving off like a whole kind of Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, like Isle of Dr. Moreau, like science gone mad vibe, which is quite darker than what we're used to recently, so that's really cool. So I guess like from what we've seen, I'm most excited for the river scene with the Rex, and looks like the Dilophosaurus 2, just like in the novel, exploring those abandoned labs, discovering things like that two-headed raptor and all those industrial sites, and then also hopefully some scary Velociraptor action back finally, after just having Blue for the previous few films. So some scary wild raptors, that should be good. But yeah, overall really looking forward to this one with the darker tone.
Life will not be contained. Life breaks free, it expands to new territories, and crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously, but, well, there it is. There it is. I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
That'll do it for another episode of the Jurassic Park podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you for listening and sharing in our love of the Jurassic franchise. And as you can tell, there are more people out there than just me that love talking about it. So thank you so much to each and every person who took the time out of their day to record a voicemail, to do the voice memo thing, or, you know, just call like my blind voicemail number. You know, a lot of people never have done that before. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm telling you, it's not scary. All you got to do is call that line. There's just like a recorded message, and, you know, just like putting a message down on anybody's answering machine. So answering machines, I feel like, are a thing of the past, but you know how it works. Anyway, thank you so much to each and every person who did that, to let me know your thoughts and feelings. I think there's some really interesting stuff in there. And, you know, I think we all have little concerns here and there from everything we've seen so far, but I think the hype is real. I think people are really, really excited, and I cannot wait to keep talking about this. So we're going to be doing that for the foreseeable future. There's a lot of rebirth topics on the list, so stay tuned for all of those in the near future. And like I said, if anybody out there still has thoughts and feelings, heard everybody in today's episode and said, you know what, I want to do the same thing, please feel free to call in 732-825-7763. You can call that voicemail line, leave us a message in there, or you can pick up your phone and hit the voice memo app and record us a little message there and email those over to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. And like I said, I will add them into some episode in the near future here. So stay tuned, and please don't be afraid to contact us at any time. And you can always go to JurassicParkPodcast.com and hit up our contact form and send us a message there as well. We'd appreciate it. Any way you want to, let us know. But as always, thank you to our podcast host, Podomatic, for giving us a place to upload the show each and every week. Everybody out there, please know that you matter. Stay safe, be kind, fight for representation, change, and equality in the Jurassic franchise, but more importantly, outside of it, in the real world. It's especially needed these days. But let's make sure to make this world a better place. I'm going to go ahead and hand things off to myself for the outro. Take it away.
Saddle up, let's get this movable feast underway.
Continue the conversation with us on Threads and Instagram. Watch our content on TikTok and YouTube. Find us on the web at JurassicParkPodcast.com. You'll find today's episode show notes, articles, contributor bios, and so much more. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, our website, and wherever else podcasts are found. So please be sure to follow along and share with your friends, family, and fellow Jurassic fans. If you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We will read your Apple reviews at the end of most episodes, so be sure to spare no expense. Don't miss our Wednesday night live streams, toy hunts, reviews, in-depth bonus content, gameplay, event and theme park coverage on our YouTube channel. If you want to get a hold of us or participate in the Jurassic Mailbag, you can fill out the contact form on our website or send emails and MP3s to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. Feel free to call our voicemail line at any time to leave us a message or just to say hi. That number is 732-825-7763. Thank you so much for listening, and as always, enjoy.